Okay, once again, welcome everyone, our 7 viewers up there. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the program, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to host this program again. And every week we will have a different topic, and we have part 1 and part 2 of the topics. And the topics that I've chose are very closely related to everyone. Concerning conflict, concerning communication, about relationship, about your life purpose, about anything that is close to your heart. The reason why I start this program is because I realized that there are a lot of people out there that are in middle of the ocean trying to find answers to why they do this, why they have this thought, why do they always date the wrong person, why are they not happy with their job, what are they supposed to do with their life, and all these things are a lot of question mark, and nobody want to share. Nobody want to talk about it. At most you Google about it, and then you don't know where to start. Like the past session, I talk about taking charge, how you build your ladder to reach your goals. What can you do now? What are the obstacles you might have encountered, and how do you eliminate all those obstacles with your resources? All these are very important to us. Today I had a lesson with a new student, and she is 40 years old. She signed up a program called Fearless Speaker, how to be a fearless speaker, which is one of my program. And she's 40 years old. She has been living in fear whenever she has to present for the past 30 years. And after much conversation, I realized that she is very close to her dad, and her dad passed away when she was 19 years old. And because of that, she feels very insecure. And also through the conversation, she told me that she used to be when she was a child, she liked to play alone, and she didn't have a lot of friends. She liked to play alone. And now that she has friends, and she always tried to please her friends, and she always put up a very happy, a bubbly face, and to resonate with her friends that she's enjoying the company. In fact, all these are a facade that she put up to make people feel that she's very approachable, she's very friendly, because she doesn't want to lose her friends. So she asked me, why is she doing this now that she's so people pleasing? And so I analyzed her childhood. I realized that because she used to be alone, play alone at home last time when she was young, and now that she know that she has got friends, she treasured the friendships, and she become a people pleaser, and that is not a good sign. And so the next session with her, I will have to teach her how to be assertive, how to live a purpose, because she's also interested to live a purpose. She asked me, we are talking about life purpose. I do not know what my purpose is. I would like you to teach me how to find a purpose. So next lesson, I will going to teach her how to find her purpose. You see, there are a lot of people who need all this information, all this coaching, but nobody do it on TikTok. So I decided to do this here. And I hope that for those that are listening, if you think that this topic can help you or your friends, please help to share. What I would like to do is to build a community here, so that people that are going through life challenges can gather here, knowing that you have a coach here which is doing it for free. So feel free to share your challenges here that we can discuss. And also you have a lot of friends out here that is supporting one another, so you are not alone. Okay, never think that you're alone. If you have friends, yes, that's good, but you're always got to be very careful who are the friends that you consult, because people who are not trained will make your life even miserable. So please make sure that you consult the right people. Now let's come back to our today's program. Should I choose the one I love or vice versa, or should I just be loved? So what do you think? I want to hear your view, those that are watching. Will you want to choose to love someone, or would you prefer to be loved by someone? Type your answers down and then I will see how many versus how many. Come, type your answers down. Would you prefer to love someone or be loved? I want to choose to love someone. Okay, Vince want to give love. What about the rest? Later we'll do a little bit of analysis on which one. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Okay, but of course it comes with pros and cons as well. So would you like to choose to be loved, or you prefer to love someone? Takes two to tango. All right, let's talk about it afterwards. Let's look at the pros and cons. Now, if imagine to be loved. Okay, Rina want to be loved. Great. Okay, at least we have one that want to be loved and one want to give love. We will talk about pros and cons. There's no right or wrong. All right, and then you will give me any additional information you might have. So let's imagine. Imagine your partner is your job. I think easier to relate, right? Let's say your partner is your job. If you choose, do you prefer to choose the job you love to do, or would you love the job that's given to you? For example, you are being headhunted, and then this job is giving you a lot of salary, good exposure, but it's not something you like to do. Will you accept that job, or will you choose to work and do what you like to do? You mean one love all the time and not want to give at all? Most likely, yes. One, you see, it's one way. I love you doesn't mean that you love me, right? Because I choose to love you. If you love me, yeah, you love me, but doesn't mean that I love you. See? So if let's say it is your job, partner is a job, you get headhunted, will you go into the job that you don't like, but because the salary is good? Or will you choose to do something you like to do? Yes, exactly. That's the thing. You see, in a relationship, there is love is always uneven. One person will usually give more love than the other one. So there's no equal love. Equal love is when you have to sacrifice. Then the love become equal. If both have their own values and they refuse to sacrifice, then there's no equal love. In the stages of relationship, there is a period that you're really in love, passionately in love. But as when the love is gone, then you have to become a responsibility, right? It's a lot of give and take. What is give? What is take? Give is sacrifice. How much you want to sacrifice? What you want to sacrifice? Some people, they sacrifice so much and they feel tired. They say, I don't want to give in anymore. I don't want to give anymore. Can you give some? So let's look at this before you get married. This is on dating stage, whether you choose to love because somebody love you so much, but you don't love that person. But that person give you a lot of money, he's very rich. If one takes all the time, then it's the end. Exactly. So the key thing is, I always talk about values in relationship. What you value most in your relationship. In order for the relationship to work, you have your expectation and she has her expectation. But some of the expectation need you to sacrifice something that is important to you. Okay, for example, last week I talked about money, right? If the wife want to save money for kids' education, but the husband want to take the money to buy a new car, then it is like, okay, will the husband sacrifice the car, or the wife sacrifice the money for the children's education so that the husband can buy a car? If let's say both of them don't sacrifice, then quarrel. Don't talk about after you're married for 25 years. We're talking about before you even fall in love. Okay, before you even fall in love, the first stage one of relationship, when you meet someone and you love that person. So when I come back to courtship, exactly, dating, not about marriage. Marriage is another story. You see, in marriage, you already belong to each other, but during courtship, you are not each other's property yet. Okay, not each other's property yet. So things can change very fast, because when the thing is not under your name, it can belongs to somebody else's name, right? It's not your property. But when you get married, it's your property. So you have to really nurture your product. So let's say if you choose a job that you love. Let's not look at the pros and cons of choosing the job you love. So you are enjoying your work so much because you love what you do. You choose to do what you like to do, and you enjoy the sweetness, the passion of that work. Just like you love that person, but you don't care about the person love you equally or not, but you are always enjoying his company or her company. Okay, every day is like so sweet. So you are always living in the present, and you are always know that, oh, I always have time for this person. I love my job. I always have time for my job. And then the joy make you energize, and because the energize your thoughts, energize your soul, you become very healthy, because it is about the love hormone, right? I also enjoy my job almost time. You see, when talk about love hormone, we talk about the oxytocin and the dopamine and those stuff that make people feel very always in love. So when you love someone, you're basically always feel that you're in love. That's a pros. That's a good thing about if you love someone, and for example, if you love a job, if you love what you do, and you're willing to sacrifice. If I like a job I do, for example, if let's say I am a musician, you know how musician is very poorly paid. Some people choose to be a full-time musician. They want to be in what they like to do, but they don't mind eating simple, have become a broke musician. That's because they enjoy what they do. So the advantage is, yes, you can live a lifestyle that you like. You can choose to eat simple because you don't need that money. You just enjoy what you do. Then you have a lot of time to do other things. Like me, I run my own business. Although I always complain I got no time, because a lot of things I want to do are all about my intention, my life purpose. Take for example, my life purpose is to help people to find a life purpose. That's why this program is for. My intention, my life purpose is to help others to find their life purpose. So whatever I do, I am value adding to people's life. I do training for my speech, for my voice, for my singing. I teach all this. These are to add value to individual skills. I do videos and post on TikTok. It's not for nothing, It's because I want to grow my channel, which is this channel that I do this program. I want to grow this channel so that I can build a community that help each other. So my purpose here is to transfer whatever I know to value add to my listeners, to my viewers. And that's the reason I want to grow my viewership, so that next year I can invite guests to my program, and then to talk about more in-depth, more detailed, more specialized topic. So whenever you find a partner, you also got to know what is your intention for finding a partner. So let's talk about, just now we talk about advantages of choosing the one you love. What about the disadvantage? The disadvantage is this person can be very poor. If you love that person, the person might not be rich, he might not be able to bring you to fanciful restaurants. And when you see on Instagram, on Facebook, everybody is like showing their branded bags, their carat diamond rings. Sorry, your partner will not have it, because he cannot afford, because you choose him. He's poor, but you love him, right? You choose it. So you got to accept that he is poor, and you are not going to have all the privilege, all the luxurious items that your friends might have. The good and bad things, you enjoy it. You're always in love because the partner is is who you choose, but he can be very poor. The risk of choosing the one you love is this person might not be loving you as much as you love him. You get what I mean? Because you cannot find a balance of both love. I love you 100% and you love me 100%. There's no such thing. This only happen when the first stage of relationship, where you have this oxytocin, you have this hormone that runs your brain and make you feel that you're in love. A lot of time when you date the first few dates, like first 3 dates, you already confirm that this is person I want to be with. This person is going to be my husband. This person is going to be my wife. And you don't see the blind spots. That's because that hormone already blind you, and you see blind spot, you also don't want to acknowledge that blind spot. That's stage 1 of dating. Next week we have part 2. We'll talk about stages of dating. Then we'll understand more of every stage of dating and what happened and what mistakes that people make. So we will start from dating until commitment. So that will be next week's topic, part 2. Let's say you choose you choose the one you love. The person might not love you back, and also the person might be even having another relationship outside. You don't know, because you choose not to see. You choose that when, let's say for example, you call this so-called your partner that you love, and he might give you an excuse that he's working in the office, he's very busy in a meeting, he cannot return your call. But is that true? Maybe he is doing something hanky-panky. But because you choose to believe him, because you love him, so sometimes it can be dangerous. And you are always constantly, because you love him so much and you're so afraid of losing him, and you will become vulnerable, and you will keep checking in whether he's there, what is he doing, and you become insecure, which is no good. Now let's talk about scenario number 2. If let's say you choose if the person love you, okay, and you are like, he treats you like a princess, this is lack of trust. Yeah, when in a relationship, when you get into stage 3 of the relationship, then you will look at trust. Okay, usually in the dating stage, people don't see trust. Okay, because you're married 25 years, that's why you know what is trust. When you are in this love is in the air, you have butterflies in your stomach period, you don't see the trust thing. You just choose to see that, you'll give excuses that he is not free because he's working late, he's busy, that's why he cannot return my phone. Yeah, but people that want to go into relationship has to make your own judgment. Okay, so here we are trying to share what are the pros and cons. So you make your own judgment. If you think that you are able to forego the good stuff, you love that person so much that you are willing to be there for this person, irregardless whether the person is there for you, then it's fine. It's your choice. Okay? It's your choice. Life is about making choices. You just have to make sure that you measure the risk. Everything is about risk management, right? Even relationship, you got to do risk management, doesn't mean that relationship has no risk. Relationship is about communication, it's about interpersonal. There are even more risks involved because people are very intelligent animals. So some people say, compare ghosts and human beings. People say human being is scarier than ghosts, That's what I heard, which I also agree that sometimes ghost is not as scary as human being. Yeah, a lot of commitments. The level of sacrifice, a level of things that you want to give away and sacrifice your own values. It is so much. That's why you see some people get married and then after that they realize that they cannot give too much. They are so tired of giving. They said, I give up. Okay, I choose to have my own life. I choose to be alone. I'm not afraid to share with you. I'm a person who choose to be alone. Okay, I realize that giving is not what I want. I don't want to give too much because I value my values. I know what is important to me. I will not want to sacrifice for someone for my values. More when you have kids. Exactly. That's why I always tell those married couple, don't have kids first, have a dog first. Have dog first before you have kids, because kids will ruin a marriage, and you'll believe it or not. Because parenting is again another different value. Some parents this way, some parents that way, and then you start have quarrels. What is the disadvantages of being loved? Number one, the person who love you, willing to give you a lot of things. The person who love you will willing to sacrifice for you, will want to give you a lot of things. And if the person is from a rich family, a well-to-do family, or maybe has got a corporation, very rich people, if the son fall in love with you, if you are going to marry into a rich family, there are a lot of things that you have to handle. Number one, you have to upgrade yourself. You got to learn how to have etiquettes, communication skills. You have to be able to, they have to be able to show you around when they are doing business networking, to introduce you to the business associates, and that's how you present yourself. The things that you talk about are no longer music, are no longer movies. You are going to talk about politics. You're going to talk about current affairs. Okay, this is what you will have to prepare if you want to be married to a rich family. And also, if let's say your partner, he loves you and he is in a very comfortable income level, means that maybe he's a director, you might not have a lot of times that you get to spend with him, because he'll be traveling. But most of the corporate people here, that once company pay you a certain salary scale, you will have to do a lot more, and you have to travel a lot more. So you're married to this person who love you, can give you all the Louis Vuitton, give you all the branded stuff, bring you to a posh restaurant, but the person got no time for you. When he finish work, he come home, he probably will just drop dead because he's so tired. And you have a lot of money, but you are not enjoying that relationship, that closeness, that quality time, because they don't have quality time for you. So this is the disadvantage. The advantage is, he has got a good financial background, he can give you the best food, the best material possessions, but things that you cannot get from him is time, because he don't have time for you. And you are always at home. You are like married but single. You get what I mean? You are married but you are single. So you cannot socialize, because you are being binded by a marriage. You cannot socialize because of if you let's say your partner is a person who refuse to let you socialize and afraid that other men will take advantage of the wife, which is the lady. Some husbands are very male chauvinist. They will not allow the wife to even work. So because you are alone at home and the husband is not there for you, sometimes you become depressed. You can be blissful married. You can have a wonderful castle that you live in. You can live a life of a princess. You have a lot of domestic helper, but you're not happy, because your life is very empty. I mean, imagine that you are like a pet being kept in a cage, and the cage is very beautiful. It's a golden cage with diamonds everywhere. You're given the best pet food, but you are not able to fly out to have freedom. So this is something that for me is my most number one value. I cannot lose my freedom. So I will not, even how much the man love me and give me anything, I will not forgo my freedom for that, because freedom is number one. Should you choose the one you love, or should you be loved? Really, it's all up to individual. And pet's problem is not love, it's pets. You are being pet. So, but like for example, whenever I stroll Twiggy outside, I put Twiggy on stroller. Everybody will say, wow, your dog's so fortunate, has got a stroller, so fortunate. In fact, Twiggy is not my pet yet. Twiggy is not my pet. Twiggy is my child. So if I treat Twiggy as a pet, I will leave home for long hours. I will leave him at home and he will be waiting for me at home. Because if I treat him as a pet is being kept. Whether you want to be loved or you want people to love you, there's one thing that you have to be. For those listeners, let's say you are still not married and you are looking for a relationship, whether you want to be loved or whether you want to choose people that you love, there are things that you have to know. You must be able to love yourself first. It's only when you are able to love yourself, you are able to take either you to someone who love you or the person who or you love someone, because there's no threats whether you choose this or that. You must love yourself and how much you want to sacrifice. Love yourself. Let's say you know that you value freedom and somebody want to marry you to the family and then give you everything, but you know that you love yourself even more, then you should make a prudent decision of whether you want to marry that person or not. There are many marriages that because of the love hormone, people see the person as if the first 2 times after dating, this is my boyfriend, my husband. It is not going to help unless you are going through the whole stages of relationship, which next week we are going through, from the dating stage until we progress to the second stage, and then how people behave, third stage how people behave, and then what happened on a fourth stage of dating, whether it is a break it or make it. For those that who are still single, might want to come in and listen. And if you have friends who are single and still desperately looking for love, you should invite he or she to come in as well. At least this program will give them a little bit of more information on what to look out for. Love is not a straight line. Love is not about I love you, you love me, that's it. That is not love. Okay, love is commitment. Love is how much you can give and how you want to give. Love is about how you want to receive and what you want to receive. So love is complicated because human being, everything is complicated. And you must also know that in a relationship, people will grow. Let's say you love this person now, but 10 years later, do you still love this person? Or if the person loves you now, 10 years later, will he still love you? Or will you still love him? So we change. We will change according to our work experience, our life experiences. We'll see things differently. For example, when you're in a courtship, the guys will always like the girls to be cute, right? The cute ones, wow, like little kitten, the boy will always, ayo, you're so cute leh, I love you, and then the girl will say, oh, this is so heavy, can you take for me? Oh, this is so far, oh, I'm so hungry, oh, this is too hot, oh, this is too cold, oh, this is too sweet. Princess. If during courtship is like that, this coffee too hot, I blow for you, everything is good. Then after that, when you get married, you try to do this to the husband. Ayo, this is so hot, can you blow for me? You think the husband will blow for you? Especially when you become a mother, you think the husband will blow for you? You have to do yourself, you have to cook and you have to serve the husband, you will serve your kids, and you're the last one to eat the food. There are many different situations in this issue. Exactly. That's why it's not a straight line. So people will change, people will grow up, the mindset will change, experience will cause a person to speak differently, to look out for something different. I was watching a show the other day. It's a Taiwanese show about this girl who lived in a village. She went to Taipei and she found a job. And she found her first love. Her first love was a noodle store owner. This is her first love, and she think that she's going to be with this guy. What happened was, she loved this guy, right? The guys also love her. He runs a small little noodle store and she always go there and visit her noodle store. And one day, they went for a gathering with friends. And they start to talk about, hey, shall we go karaoke this weekend? This place has a good karaoke. The guy said, I don't want to go because the guy has got no money. He's poor. So he said, I don't want to go. So at the end, the lady went alone. After some time, the lady started to think that maybe this boy is too poor for her, and she wants something else. So she joined a corporate company and met guys from different background, expatriates, married men that only want sex and don't no commitment, guys that refuse to marry. So she went through a lot of relationship, and she climbed up the corporate ladder, and the thing she see every stage is all different. So this is how relationship grow, and how people grow, look at relationship in a different angle. Of course, once you're married, it's your job to nurture it, or else the relationship becomes stagnant, isn't it? Before you get even think about getting married, there are a lot of things to consider. Don't jump into marriage too fast. You must be able to give yourself what you need, instead of like what I posted on my TikTok. Instead of looking for the person who give you what you want, you be the person who give you what you want, what you need. For example, emotional needs. You want people to always there to take care of your emotion. When you're sad, you're angry, you're desperate, or you're upset, you want people to be there. But you have to be there for yourself first. And you have to be loving yourself first, in order before even to look for someone to love, because you have to take care of yourself. You have to say nice things to yourself. Like today, my student, she never say nice thing to herself. She always say that she's stupid. She said she's not pretty. She said she's stupid. She said people is laughing at her, and she mind read people, that people hates her. You have to give yourself good words of affection, instead of waiting for others to give you that kind of words of validation, words of affection. Okay, you are good, you are the best. Don't wait for people to validate that you are good, you are best. No, you should tell yourself, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm proud of myself. Accept who you are. Either you want to upgrade your skill, you further study, or you love yourself instead of waiting for people to love you. Love yourself, number one. And always be your own CEO. Be your own boss. Not, when I say boss, doesn't mean that you open a company kind of boss. Be your own CEO. You run your own life. You give yourself KPI. What is good, what is bad, what are your visions, what are your values, what are your goals. You are in charge. You are the CEO. You have your own KPI. And don't wait for people to give you security. Nobody has got the obligation to give you security. Okay, if you're married because you want people to give you security, because you want a husband that give you credit card to spend, sorry, every bills come in, he will check with you, what did you spend? Alright, what did you spend? So when people, I had credit card given to me before, then after the end of the month, question me what I spent. So I decided to have my own credit card. I spend whatever I want to spend. I don't need people to give me the credit card. If you want people to give you security, you have to build your own security first. Build up your strength, build up your courage, build up your confidence by picking up skills. Look at your strength. How can you use your strength to benefit, and how do you think of a life purpose with your strength, what you want to do. Look at yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't wait for other people to take care of you. Don't wait for others to give. You find your own value. You run your own life. Then you are able to have a relationship with someone else, because you already have abundance. You have whatever you needed. You have already. Then you are ready for a relationship. Then you will not have insecurity issue. You will not have vulnerability issue. You will not have the kind of hold on to, or needy, or clingy, they call it. That kind of issue will not happen if the partner is stepping into your boundaries. Because if you are strong enough, you will set boundaries. If let's say your partner step into your boundaries and disrespect you, you have the right to ask him to go away. You have the right to leave this person. It's only when you are abundant, you have enough security, you have enough strength, enough love for yourself, you are able to do that. Or else you'll feel that, I'm afraid that he will leave. To me, if you want to leave, you leave. I don't care. This is how strong I am. I am single and I love to be single. Don't like to share my bed, especially if people know. So you have to trust yourself as well. Okay? All these things is about yourself. Take care of yourself. Tell yourself, practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. Yes, things is going to be alright, yes, I don't have good education, I don't have a good job, but I will be fine. I'm willing to work hard, I'm willing to upgrade myself, everything is fine. I didn't do a good job in front of my boss today, I didn't host a meeting nice and to impress my boss, but it's fine, self-compassion is fine, because I will do a better job next time, rather than you say I'm stupid, make silly mistakes. Self-compassion, don't always scold yourself for nothing. If you make mistake in a job, in a work, in a relationship, everything is about lesson. We make mistake, we learn. We don't make the same mistake again. Think positive, yes. Make mistake is good. Mistake is good. If you don't make mistake, you will never be able to react if there's something happen. Mistake is learning process. Single can be freedom to do what you like, exactly, but not everybody likes to be single. Be like be positive. Yes, thank you, Caroline. Not everybody willing to be single. Some people say, oh yeah, next time old age how old age, then I need a companion. Excuse me, if you need a companion, are you sure that you are not the person who will take care of him or her? Are you willing to take care of this person when he's old? Companionship. Yeah, if let's say you don't want to live alone, you can have your own friends. You can have your own friends, your community, and you can work and save enough money. You check yourself into the old folks home, with your insurance, with your CPF, you draw out when you're retired. You bring all the money to old folks home. There are a lot of friends there. Why do you need a companion? Let's say you are still going to take care of companion. Okay? And because I also witnessed husband and wife, they thought they can be forever, but then eventually they are breaking apart. I've got a friend who, when she got married to the husband, and she keeps saving money for the husband, refused to, because it's a joint account, right? She refused to spend money because in her mind she wants to retire in the future and go holiday with the husband. But now she's only 40 years old and they are as good as divorced. They don't sleep together, they don't even acknowledge each other, and there's no love. The love is dead. And this friend of mine, she told me that she is a married single person. So always remember, if you want to have happy life starts now. Okay, happy life starts now. Don't wait. Put yourself as priority. Always put your needs first. Then think about other people's needs. If you are happy, if you're positive, people around you can sense it. You will manifest. You will bring even more nice people to you. If you are a person who has got very low self-esteem, you're going to bring in toxic people. If you have low self-esteem, you are going to bring in toxic people, the narcissistic people, the toxic people. Why? Because these people know that you have a weakness there. They know that you are having low self-esteem, and they know that they can eat you. Low self-esteem ladies always date the naughty boys. Right? You notice that? Women with good self-esteem, high self-esteem will not date naughty boys. But because naughty boys give out a kind of charismatic, aura, macho, masculine, kind of protective element that women like. Let's say you have a low self-esteem. These people will know where to come in. They will make you feel even worse. They will say words like, for example, hey, this is such easy things you also don't know how to do. That kind of things, to make your self-esteem even worse. And this is how people that is toxic feed on people with lower self-esteem. Always build your own self-esteem, build your own power. Okay, your own, whether you're a man or woman, always put your own power. Men also bullied by women, what? Right now, some women can step over the man head and then bully the man. Also have, right? Men, agree or not? Some women also bully men, right? It is human nature. So always make sure that you look after yourself. Don't be so blinded by first date is always is the test water. So we have come to the end of the session. Last year, a female narcissist was attracted to me. Exactly. 男人不坏，女人不爱. Yeah. If you want to eye the bad boys, you have to know how to handle them. She started to abuse me and cut her. Yes, good. That's a good move. Yes, good move. Yes, narcissistic, because they feed on negative emotions. People who are insecure, people who are easily want to please, people pleaser, and they know where they will come in and they start to abuse you, and they will say nasty things about you and make you even feel even worse. Sometimes you want to do something, right? You think that you have intention to do something, and this narcissistic person will start to tell you and inject some doubts and make you second thought about whether you are making the right choice or not. Sometimes they just make you feel like, am I really that stupid? Am I really that stupid? That's what narcissistic people would like to do. So if you have good self-esteem and you are able to defend yourself, let's say you have a narcissistic partner and you know how to defend yourself, this person cannot beat you. The person will run away. And funny thing is, we are not an official relationship, see, because she thought she can take advantage. As long as you stand firm and you dare to confront her, narcissistic person will be very, very angry, and these people cannot face defeat. They will retreat. Because they know that they cannot eat you anymore. You are too smart to be eaten. They only eat those people that are weak. And the more the narcissistic people poison another person, the person become more sticky, more clingy, more needy, because to that person, she's nothing. She is something that she has got so low self-esteem that she don't even consider herself as a individual. That's why she need to be attached to this narcissistic person. And if you are having a narcissistic person relationship currently, build your strength. But there's a danger also. Narcissistic people, when you break up with them, they can do funny stuff. So always make sure that you know where is your escape route. You got to plan your escape route. If this happened, we should do this before this happened. You have to always be prepared, because these people are mad. In fact, narcissistic people, there's a disorder called, don't know what, narcissistic syndrome or something like that. It's a mental disorder. Toxic or abusive people is not as bad. Abusive people, they are abusive because they see what their parents did last time, or they watch too much movie, they become abusive because they think that, no, if I do this, I can get what I want. But narcissistic is more of a mental disorder. Once I saw those signs, I withdraw, and she kept coming in, so I cut her off. Yeah, cut all the connection. Okay. And when a relationship ends, there was a podcast I was listening. It's very interesting. Can you be friend with your ex? This topic is very interesting. Can you be friends with your ex? Maybe we should discuss this next session. Okay, next session we'll talk about stages in relationship. There are 4 stages. And then, can you be friend with your ex? Okay. So, anything want to share? Anybody want to share your stories? So next week, same time next week, we'll talk about this topic again. You look at my heading. Now I found a heading that I can post on my TikTok, and also I don't have to repeat again. So next week we have part 2. We will talk about stages of in relationship and whether you can be friend with your ex. Have a good night, everyone, and sleep tight and don't let the big butts bite. Okay? Alright, good night, everyone. Sweet dream. Bye-bye.